What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips, where you already know we get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I'm kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support that I'm getting. We're going up on this channel and it's all because of you. I'm very humbled. Gracias. Now trip out on this, right? You guys seen the pull-up? The pull-up was real, right? Chito Ranhas, he just got out doing prison time. And I'm very happy for him, for that individual, for the raza, man. That another real one has hit the streets, right? He's back out and he looks good, man. He looks healthy. He looks like, he's in his right frame of mind. The last time that this guy got out of prison, he got right out running and gunning. Fuck parole, Lama Soldier, right straight to it. Didn't look himself. Didn't look like he was in that right frame of mind. And you got to understand, when you lose a loved one while you're locked up, that can mess with your mental and have you over there knocking out people's frontal and their dentals. It just does something to you that you can't explain, and your mind isn't in a correct fashion. So he got out with murderous intentions. He got out not caring about the world because he lost a loved one while incarcerated, which was his brother, man, and rest in peace to his brother and all that. Just didn't look cool last time. Looked discombobulated. Looked like he was high. Looked like he was being manipulated. Looked like Swifty Blue ran up and was like, I see me one. I got me a meal ticket. Anyways, we talked about in the past Swifty Blue, the rapper, picking up his homeboy, Chito Ranhas at the time, and them just going on a mission. And we see how it ultimately ended up, man. There was a lot of he said, she said going on the internet. A lot of people made assumptions. A lot of people were like, wow, that was on Scante or something, right? They were assuming, because we don't know if drugs were the case, but he looked much different than he looks now. And ultimately he ended up going back to prison. Now he's done with this prison time, and hopefully he's done forever. Hopefully he learned his lesson. Hopefully he understands that he's too talented to be in there. There's too much that he can do out here, not only for himself, his familia, but for the gente, for the raza, man. He is definitely a voice to be heard and felt. And I appreciate it. I appreciate his music. I've always said it way prior to him getting locked up the first time. Like, hey, that vato Chito Ranhas goes. People used to ask me in the lives, what do you think about him? Him being an upstater from Howe Park in Sacramento, and there not being a gang of Southsiders, and him holding on like in Vogue and surviving in that jungle, right? And I said, hey, to each their own. I can't speak on the Sacramento politics, but one thing I can say is, bro, I know it's grimy out there for him. So if he's doing his thing, man, I hope he's able to keep his head above water, because not a lot of rappers do. In fact, rappers die at an alarming rate in the city of Sacramento. It just is what it is. It has due to more to street politics and everybody out there thinking they're a rapper. They ain't playing though. They're so serious about their Sacramento shit. So I was glad he was able to facilitate some type of movement within his city and do his thing and represent well. And he's done that. There was some discrepancies the last time he got out between him and Lil TYS, who had passed, and some songs that were being made that were disrespectful that I felt was rather unbecoming for Chito Ranhas. That he didn't need to do that. But also you got to understand, when you're wiggling and it's your city and it's your personal beliefs, your personal beefs on the streets, then you're going to use whatever platform you have to voice your opinion. And he did that through a rap song. I didn't care for that song just based on, he was disrespecting a vato who had passed that couldn't present his case, and you don't do that. We all know that in the game. When someone's gone, they're gone, homie. And if they can't defend their name, it's, hey, rest in peace, condolences to the family, and you push. That's another fallen soldado for his cause, man. And you got to respect that. Whether or not he died for that particular movement, he still died within that movement. And so you just, as a man, as a respectful gangster, push no matter what platform you have. So there was that. But anyways, he gets out. He's out, right? Chito Ranhas is back. And a lot has happened since he's been incarcerated. Swifty Blue is no longer as relevant as he was prior to Chito getting locked up. Meaning that Swifty, you don't hear about him too much anymore. The last time I checked, he was trying to sell the pulling oil on TikTok, right? He was trying to sell products on TikTok. His career most definitely has taken a left turn. And to each their own. Shit happens. You get your 15 minutes of shine, your 15 minutes of fame, and the next thing you know, you're trying to sell shit for your cataracts on TikTok, laser removal shit. Just happens, right? So Chito didn't look like he got picked up by Swifty this time. In fact, it looks like that relationship might be just a little bit fractured. I do know that Chito Ranhas is still signed to OTR Records, that now has a new one shining over there, Lefty Gunplay. We all know that. So I would love to see some collabs between the two. I want to see what they have in the future, what they have going on. If OTR Records is going to present some type of showcase involving all these Southern California rappers that they have signed, and Northern California, but a Southern side rapper that they have signed, and see what it does, right? I don't think Swifty will be part of that playlist. I don't think he'll be on that tour. But it is what it is. No disrespect to the Vato, but I think his money is in making jokes and selling elote. Now, look, here's my thing. Swifty pulls up to No Jumper, Adam 16, okay? Now, let's keep the bias and the bullshit to the side. I don't care for Adam, and it's just because there's nothing personal there, but it's more so because of some of the things that I've seen him say about the raza, or the indicators he's put out, or the way he dictates, a conversation to include the raza in a slanderous fashion. I've just never liked it. I've seen it happen with West fucking Twatson. I've seen it happen, with Duno. I've seen it happen with several others where he puts people in a position to keep the raza's name in their mouth, when they're eating sour Fruity Pebbles, right? It seems like it's always a bad look for the brown man. Now, I have seen some Mexicans go on his channel, get a little bit of shine. It is what it is. He's all over the place with the shit. Whatever he can do for a view. I understand that. So Chito decides, out of every other platform on YouTube, to pull up to No Jumper. I don't know what it is about No Jumper, if he pays well, or if they think that that's the fucking platform to be on. That's the West Coast shining platform. Because to be honest with you, since Chito's been locked up, it's went like this. Caca. It's landed in a pile of shit, and it's just much different from what we're usually used to coming from No Jumper products. It's no pumper, right? It's different. But whatever. Out of all the different raza platforms, the Hood Stocks, the American Cholos, the Rodem Radios, all the different things that we have as Latino, as brown people, to uplift our gente, he decides to go on No Jumper. That's cool, man. The Vato has name, and again, he sells products over there too. So it is what it is, right? But I can say he looked good. He looked healthy. He looked in his right frame of mind. The conversation that they had, Chito definitely sat back smoking his cigar con Suge Knight and listened to the whole question and answered it smooth. That leads me to believe, man, that he's definitely in his right frame of mind and that he's about his money. He's keeping all the suckers at a distance. He's keeping that crowd he had around him that was leading him, hey, homie, hey, hit the pookie, right? He's keeping them at a distance. And that's what you need to do. And sometimes being incarcerated changes you. See, the first time he was incarcerated, I'm sure he was around individuals that were indulging. He looked like he was indulging. Let's just be real. Looked like he had his hand in the cookie jar a little bit, right? Got out like, I can't believe I'm out, eh? Right? He couldn't even believe he was out. We didn't even believe Chito got out. We believe half of them got out because he was half of himself that when he went in, he lost a lot of weight. And it wasn't burpees, right? There was something else going on there, but we still respected his gangster. We respected his music, and that's what it was. Now, this time, the whole Chito Ranhas got out. Oh, yeah. Look at the thumbnail. From the bottom down, he's up. He's there, right? He came out that motherfucker looking like the janitor from fucking Good Times. He's out, okay? But what's going to happen? What is going to be the influence now? Because the landscape has changed. And him going on No Jumper immediately, I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it. I appreciated the conversation, though, that he had, because I support his music. I don't support the gangster shit. I don't support the going out there and clapping people and carrying guns and all that. I can't support that. That's your business anyways. It's nothing for me to speak on, one way or the other. But I do support the rhyme. I do support the rock and the rhythm. I support the music. I support the push for the gente. Another Mexican artist, getting a little light shined on him. Damn, bro, it seems like Mexicans are up now. We're winning, right? Period. Whether we live vicariously through them or not, we're winning. So my questions are this. First of all, I don't agree with going on Adam's platform just because I don't like that puto, right? And I don't think a lot of Mexicans do, just because of things that have happened in the past. But you got to let bygones be bygones. You got to forgive and forget. Not never forget, just forgive. And I mean, if that's the route he wanted to take, if that's what his record label signed him up for, because believe, man, you know, I'm sure Adam was on the phone like, hey, Chito Ranhas. Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. Right? Oh, he was on that motherfucker trying to make it happen. I'm sure he was doing that prior to him getting out, setting it up, or he set it up with his record label. Now, OTR Records has always been, or seems like they're that one down in Southern California right now, making the most noise. They just signed Lefty Gunplay. They got several other little youngsters, individuals signed to them. And now they got you. Well, they've had Chito Ranhas. Swifty, they don't got you no more. You got pulling oil, right? So you're over there in TikTok Landia. But on the YouTube streets, this Vato, these Vatos from OTR, this Asian Vato, man, he's doing it correctly. He's making money. They're making money. Everyone's winning. Everyone's happy. Now, there have been some rumors in the past about OTR records and things of that nature. I'm not going to get into it because at the end of the day, I don't hate on no individuals. I hope they win like a motherfucker. Hey, this Asian Vato right here is putting on the Latinos, man. Gracias, homie, for that. You know, that's real shit. North or South, I don't play that, bro. So any type of Mexican that's doing any type of thing, I respect it. You know, that's just what it is. You can't be mad at someone that's opening doors and not closing them. Okay, but here's my thing. Here's my trip. You know, what's Chito gonna do? Is he still cool with Swifty? These are questions we gotta ask, Holmes. You know, and it's not because I'm into the drama and I want to see him fail. It's, you know, where's your camarada at? Where's your homeboy? I did a whole video and a half about Swifty pulling up to that prison, picking his homeboy up. Whether he led him astray, Holmes, and put the shit in that bowl, you know what I'm saying, and let it crack back. Whether, you know, Swifty did all that, which I highly doubt. He was there sending money, protecting, sending homeboys to protect. You know, Chito said it himself last time he was out. I don't know if it was the sconce or just him talking, but he said, hey, that vato's firme. Hey, see that vato's bien firme. We shared the coco many a times. Some see bien firme, right? That vato, Swifty Blue, you know, according to Chito, sent homeboys to look out for him, cantina, money on his books, was there to pick him up. That's a real one, bro. Not many of us get that in life. A lot of us get our old ladies boned by the homeboy. A lot of us, the homeboy's like, hey, will you accept the collect call? The homeboy's like, 0, Charlie, right? Hang up, hey, bro, if you know what I mean? Hey, bro, it's me. Pick up the phone. Vato's like, hey, what's your old man doing calling here? You tell him about us? Nah, it gets ugly. I don't even want to think about it, right? I went through some bullshit. I'm just saying, we don't get that. Chito was able to get that. You know, so if you're going to let a record label or business come between a friendship, that ain't cool, homie. You know, you got to learn how to separate businesses from friendships, right? When you got a homeboy, he might not be what's the best look for you. And you got to understand that as a man and say, you know what, hey, bro, look, nothing but love, respect, thank you. Gracias for everything you've ever done for me, bro. But right now, see that bag right there? It has no, not yours, my name on it. I'm trying to get that. If I can get that, maybe I can become a boss in this shit con un pinche cigar like fucking Suge Knight and 600. And then put you on and you'll be back in the mix. Let me win for both of us. Live vicariously through me. Continue to sell herbal tea on TikTok and I'll do this. Swift, ready? Hike. And that's cool, right? But, you know, if it's just like, hey, bro, I'm about that bag. I'm cutting you off. Fuck everything you ever did for me, bro. You know what I mean? It is what, I mean, it's cool as shit, but bro, it wasn't that serious. You know what I mean? You picked me up when I didn't have a ride. You sent me money on my books. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you fucking helped me out when I was in different blocks. Cool. Hey, bro, let's get that bag right there. That motherfucker right there means more to me. That's the homies you're like, wow, right? That's when you see a motherfucker's true colors and you can't do nothing but you can't put the Mac on them. All you can do is turn your back on them. And then you have to go your own way and go over there on TikTok and try to sell the new pants con un pinche diamond print. I don't know, right? This is all I do know is that Chito Ranhas looked healthy. He looked well aware of his surroundings. And albeit I didn't like the platform that he pulled up on, no jumper, you know, it's just all over the place there. Just a minute ago, they had a help wanted sign there, you know, trying to facilitate some type of rapper because Adam was having beef with Lefty Gunplay. Now, I'm sure that's done. I'm sure that he ain't tripping anymore, but maybe he was just kidding. Them's jokes, y'all, right? Have you ever seen soap run down the crack of a... Yeah, that's that type of joke, right? But this is what I know. When you're signed to a record label, a club, a gang, a group, a gaggle, whatever you're part of, you guys stick together like butt cheeks. You guys are fucking on each other like bologna on cheese, right? So I can't see Chito not feeling some type of way about Adam having a beef with his label mate. Again, man, you mind your own or your own will remind you. It's his business, their business. You stay out of it. We'll just see. I just definitely think Chito Ranhas is out this time, and he's coming for that mic. He's coming for that crown, homie. You know, that vato has a little different estilo. And I'm going to I'll talk about it real quick because the wind's blowing. Vatos tell me, hey, Gun, why is Chito got that tail in the back? Bro, that's a norteño thing. Who said that's a norteño thing? Who said that only northerners get the tails or this and that? Hey, bro, quietly as it's kept, I remember being in the youth authority with the south side that had a Mongolian. Of course, he cut it off when he was like, damn, the northerners be getting this. He cut it off. But that about that, a big-ass chongo in the back looking like Tong Po. Walking around like the Mexican Tong Po, eating a elote. Right? Serious. Facts. That vato was eating a sweet and sour egg, elote. It was crazy. That vato was big, too, mobbing around. I was like, damn, look at that vato. He just took our haircut for a while. I didn't say nothing, eh? Right? That's how serious it was. So I don't care about haircuts. There's no Northern California haircut. We used to have the homie fade back in the days. We did have that, right? You get whatever you want. The vato grew up. He's a product of his environment. He grew up in Northern California in Sacramento, for surely though, right? Grew up in Sacra, and yeah, he might have a little bit of that flavor. He can't help it, eh? Can't help it. That's all. When you grew up around a certain area, they ask, Gun, why do you say the word esse? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why do you say tramas, camisa? Why do you? Because in them times that I was being heavily influenced within my gang culture, I was in Southern California. So a lot of the things I seen were Southern hospitality, Southern culture. So a lot of that was imprinted in my mind. A lot of that was like, okay, this is what we're supposed to do. So when I went up north and I paroled and I went to prison and everything, I understood what the north meant to me. But at the same time, that impression was felt. I've never switched my stance or style up. I'm going to be who I am, and people respect it or they don't. And that's just what it is. Now, I'm no longer living that life, so I don't have to care what people think about me. I don't have to be that one. No added preservatives, right? But I'll tell you this, I'm always going to say the word esse, because esse right there is a cultural word. We've been saying that shit, and I'm going to continue to say it. It ain't a southern or a northern thing. It's a motherfucking thang. Raza, stand up. That's what we do. So when it comes to Chito, them questions that I'm asked, hey, why does his hair like this? Or why is he from Sacramento? Because that's where he lived. Bro, I can't call this where his Varu is. You know, there's Southerners. Yes, there's upstate Southerners in Northern California. It's the way it's established. It's been like that. Flags planted for a long time. The vato's been through the fucking chaos and the guerra. Give him his respect. You know, there's going to be a lot of people that have personal beef and don't respect him in his town just because of who he is. And I understand that. There was vatos we used to fucking hate, you know, in Merced, man, same shit. And they didn't like anything, vice versa. But yeah, you can't fucking utilize that personal shit to knock him through the whole fucking world, because about to get his, he's putting on for his city, period, whether you like it or not. And that's just the way it is. So when it comes to Chito, you know, and I'm only doing this video because I was asked to do it. People are like, hey, bro, what do you think? I think he should have never pulled up to No Jumper. Should have gave a Raza platform, Indicted TV, Hootstocks, whatever. He should have gave them the first one, the first crack at him. But whatever, man. The bag is the bag. You need that when you first get out. And second of all, man, I think he's going to make noise, make waves. And I'm just glad to see this man out and doing his thing. He looks much better than the first time, because that first time, he needed to hear that song the second time around. Because it's like that. You'll go to prison and it could be poop butt fucked up on that yacht. Like everyone's getting high. It's just toe up. Plus he was going through his things, man. He got out reflecting that yard, right? This time he must have went to a solid ass yard, because I've got out healthy. You know what I'm saying? Smooth. Going to a cigar, kicking back like, yeah, homie. Whopping, right? What's up, best? He did that. So anyways, with that being said, man, that's my take on it. People, I don't know, understand what me saying has any reflection on it, other than to let you know that, you know, it looks, you know, he looks decent, man. He looks like he's about to fucking rock the world and do his thing. Now, as far as Swifty Blue goes, right? Are they cool? That's the question. No drama intended, but where you at, Chito? Are you going to remember what he's done for you? Or are you going to just let the vato sink or swim, Holmes, and do his own thing? I could see both points. You know, I could see like, hey, bro, that vato did it to himself. I just got to push. Gracias, but, you know, I'm on me time, Holmes. That's my energy. And you can't be mad at a person for that. You know, I've had a lot of homeboys that have fucked up in the past. It's like, damn, bro, I give you chance after chance after chance, but you just don't shut the fuck up. I'm out skis, right? And then there's that man in you that are like, damn, bro, but when I had nothing, I was broke, homie, when I was struggling, when I was on sconting, when I was doing bad shit, This was the only homie that believed in me and helped me. What the fuck are you at this? I roll with him, you know what I mean? Regardless, you know what I mean? Well, you ain't gonna get 100,000 and then fuck you, homie. I don't roll with you no more, right? It just be like that. With that being said, I hope that you move with a purpose. I got a super duper banger coming this afternoon. Make sure that you guys watch it. Thank you guys so much, man. I think that'll be more up your alley. This was just in response to what somebody wanted me to put out there. They asked me. So, you know, asking you shall receive. With that being said, move with a purpose. Get everything for your familia. Have a great Sunday. Go to church. Do something with your life, man. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, but also, man, respect him because he made it possible. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Hey, no more free Chito Ranas. He's out now. Let's see what he does with it. Second chances are always better than the first one. Bang, bang.